Hello everyone, so I'm here with my two sketchbooks, my filled one and my current one, and I'm gonna give you approximately 20 tips to spice up a bit your sketchbook. As you see, mine are pretty chunky. I like them to look like this. I think they look more interesting. So guess we'll start. First tip is something I started to do recently, which is just to add some pictures that you from you might have some pictures from magazines that you like, or from if you visit a place and you take one of the pamphlets, you might want to. Well, I like to cut the pictures and just stick them in between the pages like this, just to give an insight of what inspires me. I think it's cool. My second idea is pretty basic one, but just sticky notes to add some color. I know everyone says that, but I really like them. These pages, I love this page. I did it like 2 days ago and I love it so much. My third idea is not, I don't think I have done it yet, but I would like to try it, which is use maps as decoration, just like you use the pictures. You could use maps also, which I haven't tried, but I will do it in the future. Fourth idea is if you have some sketches laying around like this one, you could stick them where you have some empty spots, just to fill it up a bit. Or this goes with my fifth idea, which is when you have an idea for a sketch but you don't have the time to do it, I like to write it down in a scrap piece of paper, and then when I do the final sketch or the final drawing, I like to stick it down just to know where the idea came from, at least. Yeah, I think it's an insight into how I do my drawings. Yeah, it's nice. Tip number 7, what I like to do. Number 6. I can't count. Tip number 6 is it's very obvious, but just add some color to blank pages, even if they don't have anything to do with the page, like this one. Just add a bit of color, just so it looks a bit nicer. Yeah, and something I really like to do is to play with the color wheel and opposite colors, like in this one. Oops. You just take two opposite colors, and you can use one for the background and one with marker or something like I did here. Tip number 7 is to add tabs to your favorite pages. This is something I didn't do in my previous sketchbook, but I started doing in this one, which is when you got a page you really like, you just put a scrap piece of paper, or you can also use scrap pieces of fabric, like I did here, to add a bit of different textures and stuff. so it looks more interesting. This is from a t-shirt I cut just because I wanted to cut it, and I stapled it between these two pages. Okay, so tip number 8 is I'm not gonna find one. Cool. Let's see here. Can't find it. Well, you can also do just like I did in this page that I already showed you. You can do some pop-up things, like you only have to fold down a piece of paper and just stuck something on top of so it jumps up. It adds some different, I don't know how to call it, but yeah, it looks cool. I don't know. Just the pop-up things that fold up or to the side. This one folds this way. Yeah, things you can move just to add a bit of an interesting touch. So it's a bit interactive when you flip through the sketchbook. Tip number 9. This one I have trouble with because I have done it in the past and I like doing it, but it leaves the paper too chunky. Well, it leaves the sketchbook too chunky, which is to add some origami pieces like this heart, which I had to double because it just pops up too much. And I also have, I don't know if I can find it, I have those two pigs, which from the pressure of the sketchbook they are really flat now, so they didn't take up as much space as they did, but they leave the sketchbook very chunky, so be careful with that. But I do it anyway, as you can see. So then when I'm sketching, it becomes a trouble. But I do it anyway. Tip number 10 is to add pockets. This one is really fun. I find it really fun. Let's see. I have this one here. It's a pocket. And I have a sign. This is another idea I didn't mention. Didn't put it in my list. But you can also design, so you can find tutorials and stuff. I found one on TikTok. It's not very hard. You take the page and you cut it in the middle and fold it. And you have a sign. And I also have another sketch here, which I don't like much. Probably why it's hidden. And there's something else. Wait. Oh yeah. This one's also disgusting. I hate it so much. That's why it's in here. And you can do these pockets with literally anything. You can do them with envelopes, these little paper bags, whatever you want. This is, I don't know where this is from. Doesn't really matter. Number 11, I kind of already mentioned it, but it's a bit different. So I like to do this. I think it's in here. Yeah, so here. So these were some figure studies, and I stuck this in here, and it folds up it goes out of the page from both sides. This gives a lot more space to draw on, and that's why I really like it. It's pretty similar to the one I showed you before, where I stuck something to the side here. But this one starts in the page and folds out. This can fold out the other side also. Number 12 is something I haven't done a lot, but I would like to experiment more with, and that's sewing the pages, like I did here with the those are pockets, but I have stuck this in here so you can't really tell it's a pocket. But yeah, I sew around this, and this paper, since it's a bit thick, it was not the best, but also maybe it was because it didn't break because it was thick. So I don't know. Since it's paper, it's a bit more hard, but it gives a nice effect, and it gives some texture to it. So number 14 is stamping, which I flipped to the right page for this. That's I have those two stamps that I did, just some cardboard. It's not the best thing to do stamps with. It's best to do it with foam, but it's what I had, so they work pretty well, and they give a nice texture. I don't know if foam gives the same texture, but I love the texture this have, and I'm pretty sure my camera does not pick that up, but they have a really nice texture, and they're very useful to fill out like small spaces. See if I can find something. See, here's another pocket. I didn't show you this one. I have another pocket here. I have this also, which is where I did the original tests to see how it came out. So, like this, for example, I had this page, which was pretty empty because I only used pencil. So I added this little stamping in here, just to fill out the space. So yeah. Number 15, I already kind of show you, but you can use fabrics. I only use them for tags, but you can also use fabrics between the pages, which I like to put stuff between the pages because of the pencil, which can stay in the other pages sometimes. So I like to put stuff between them. I mean, you can use fixative, but I don't have that, so I like to put pictures or something between the pages, the sketches maybe. But you could also use fabric, or just to add some spice to things, you could put them between pages and top of pages, however you want. I only use them for tags though. For now, let's see what I do in the future, I don't know. So number 16, I don't use this often, but let's see, where is it? For example, in this page I have this, which I'm pretty sure I have another one which is stuck in the page, but I can't find it right now. So I have this, just a random collage. So another idea to do some collaging. You can put stuff on top of the images. I put a sentence. Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory, just collaging. You can also just stick some things in the pages, like if you have a random space you can stick an image in there. Number 17, it's to cut the page at some place. I have done this once. Let's see if I can find it. Here, which is this, it's the sketch of my characters. And here are the sketches for that. So there's my characters, and then I put this other page, which I cut a rectangle, and it's like a TV, because they're doing like an ad. It's not important. So yeah, put this like a window. You can also cut like here, just so the pages have different shapes and stuff, which I will probably do. I will probably do in another page, but I haven't done it yet. See, here's the other collage I told you about that I couldn't find. It's here. Okay, number 18. This is one that I got from TikTok, so it's not really original. It's this card waterfall thing. Well, in theory, it moves like this. Yeah, it kinda does. Kinda doesn't. But yeah, you stick images in there. You can probably find a tutorial to that somewhere. It's not my idea. Idea number 19, it's not really an idea, but it's something I never see people in sketchbooks do, which is use staples to stuck things. A lot of people just use glue, and I like glue, I guess, but staples work really well. In my opinion, staples are your best friend when you're trying to stuck things, because it's very fast. It's not spending a lot of stuff. Staples don't run off. I've never run out of staples, and I've run out of a lot of glue. So yeah, and if you stick something with a staple, you can move it around a bit. You can use it like this. I guess you could put tape in here, but I find that tape doesn't stick really well. Maybe it's just the quality of my tape, but with time it eventually falls off, like it has happened in this sketchbook. With this page, I had stuck this in between the pages, like on top of the pages, like this, and it just fell off. I mean, I guess this washi tape was shit, but it was supposed to stick, and it kinda didn't. If I had used staples, it would have stuck. That's why I like using staples now, and they're more simple to use, so I don't know why people don't use them. I guess maybe because they're ugly. I don't find them ugly. Most of the time they blend in with the page. In this case, they have the same colors as the building. I don't know. I don't find them ugly or anything. Okay, so tip number 20 is to put textures. It's not the most creative idea. I like to do this by adding, well, there's rope in that page I just showed you that I lost. Here, you can see there's this rope thing you can move. So I like to play with textures and interactive things. You can find some fabrics, and this was my ultimate experiment, which is I put sand in acrylic paint and used that, and I thought it would fall off like a lot, and it actually doesn't, and I was very scared about it like starting to fall off every time I picked up the sketchbook. So I like put a lot of things on top of it just in case. So I have, this is the palette I used, which was just random paper, and I used this image to cover it up, and I thought the image would stick better, but apparently I'm not good at putting things straight. And yeah, that's it. Those are all the ideas I have for today. I could probably do a part 2 if you want me to. But yeah, I could probably think of a lot of more ideas. But this is what I had in mind for today. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.